Okay, so this game uses SDA timing. It goes 9 seconds in after I hit start here, so I'll give a countdown for when I hit start here, and I'll have my own timer up just to give you the real countdown for when the timing starts, so I'll leave that up to Ozzy to decide when he wants to start it. But, anyway, so, I guess let's get going. Countdown of 3, 2, 1, go. And 3, 2, 1, and now. I started at 4 seconds, my bad. Anyway, so this is StarTropics. Right at the beginning here, I just got to do some of these overworld sections. This game's kind of separated into two parts. Overworld like this, and dungeons, which is where the real fun of the game is at. So right now, I just have to talk to certain people to get the flags to allow me to go into the dungeon. There's a guy blocking the way. First I gotta talk to the chief, for example, and he's gonna tell me the whole story about how I just came to the tropics, and just so happens last night that my uncle, who's been studying things here, has been abducted by aliens. So I'm gonna be given a yo-yo as a 15-year-old child, or teenager, to go and fight aliens with to go save him because nobody else can do anything about it. Sounds safe, so let's do it. Only one more. Everything island-wise in this game has the word cola after it, so expect to see the word cola a lot. This is the shaman. She's holding a croissant in her hand. It's actually her hand, but she's really holding a croissant in her hand. I will fight that. Alright, let's go. So, the interesting thing about this game is that you can buffer literally every single input in it. Let's see if I do this right. Okay, that's from 1. Okay, got the fast turn, good. So, like I was saying, you can buffer every single input in this game. So here I'm going to jump and then hold down A again in order to jump immediately onto each next block, for example. Every time I attack something that has 2 hits, I'm going to hold down the button, or I'm going to press the button, release it, and then hold it down again so that it throws out, like right here. I buffered the second input so that it released it on the first frame possible. You can also do that with all the text boxes in the game. So like, when I was talking to the chief or anybody else, I was just holding down A at every single new text input, and it automatically advances it. Good. Ooh, that was almost a good room. Oh, that was so close. I couldn't risk going back onto that in case the rat went back up, but oh well. You select to give me different items as I pick them up. Items are only in the dungeons that you collect them, so if I have, you know, this torch right here, I won't see the torch again until I pick another one up in another dungeon, if there happens to be one. Alright, I'm coming up on the first boss. Oh, first right here, I'm going to hold B going into this room. It's going to buffer and kill that bat immediately. So a lot of small things with the buffering as you go. So this boss right here, he's big, scary, he's a big snake. We're just going to stand here, and he's going to wiggle his way across the platform, apparently. Alright, so we're just going to do this. We're going to do this, really, right now. Alright, so we're going to dance. Who likes dancing? Alright. So, anyway. You wait for that boss to attack you, and you can just use the invincibility frames to jump over him. Alright, dancing snakes, here we go. It's a good start already. So again, text box is like right here. I'm releasing A and pressing A again, just holding it down. And as soon as the arrow appears to where I need to input something, it automatically advances it. So it makes a lot of routing and things that you do within dungeons very interesting. I'm not a snake charmer. Not in this game. I am in the second game, though. There is a second StarTropics game, and you do charm snakes in that game. This game's a little ahead of its time. Came out in 1990. Yeah, no, as you just said. I should read ahead in chat. Alright, now we're going to find dolphins. First we had snakes, now we get dolphins. It's a good life. All the animals. This is a female dolphin, and we have to find her son. Forget my uncle. He's not important. Dolphins are. So if I press A going through these tunnels, it, for some reason, makes me go through them a couple frames faster. There's only one tunnel in the game where that is not the case, and I'll point it out later. But otherwise, as I go through those, I just want to press A as I go through them, and I go through it just slightly faster, because why not? I have to talk to that lady so that this bottle actually appears onto the beach. I'm going to hold right and do my text advancing, because right now I need to make sure I say no, I don't want to read it again. So I just buffer the right input. And now with that code that I just picked up, I can now submerge into areas that show on the map. Good old wavy lines. Who likes wavy lines? There's a big heart down there. We're not going to get at the big hearts, because conveniently the game just gives them to you at the end of every dungeon anyway, so there's no point in actually getting them ahead of time. For a new, player to the game, that's great, because you have an extra heart to work with in your dungeons, but for a speedrun, there's no point whatsoever, because you're going to get full health by the end of the game regardless. I have not had that bat stop there in a long time. Not that it mattered, but it was interesting. You'll notice that there's a lot of rooms in the game that kind of repeat themselves. You'll see certain rooms over and over throughout the game. Alright, we'll see what luck I get here with the Octots. Okay. Okay, cool. No hits. That bat sucks, but we're going to pick up another bat so that we can use it. Yay, bats. Oh, jerk. Alright, so this is going to be the one use of the baseball bat that you actually get in the entire game. To where it's actually useful. I might spam some later on where I'm sitting there, but that is otherwise the only time you'll see the... That was strange. Okay, it hit the pufferfish instead of the Octot. That's actually a new one. I've never had that happen before. So like right here, we saw this room already, but I just had to do something else inside of it instead. Here is the start of what you notice in dungeons of these tunnels that will confuse a lot of new players. You have to be constantly on the look for those shadows on the wall so that you can actually progress through some dungeons. And I thought I shut off my phone. Alright. Cool. I'll do that in a minute. Alright, so here is the most terrifying boss in this game. It's this octopus. I'm actually afraid of octopi. Legitimately. I couldn't get past this chapter as a child because I was too afraid to fight this boss. Oh, this is bad. Okay, I did it. Okay. My phone is on silent. What the heck? Oh, whatever. So yeah. I actually thought that I wasn't gonna kill the octopus because... the Octo the Huge. Because in order to kill him quickly, you can't spam your attacks. If you spam your attacks, you actually go slower. So I have to time when I press the B button again. And there were like 4 or 5 times in there where I heard him not throw anything out, which meant that I hit it too fast. So I got concerned that I wasn't going to one-cycle him. Not as bad as the Final Fantasy VI Octopus. I have never played a Final Fantasy. So I wouldn't know. Yeah, you don't hear being afraid of octopi that often. It's not exactly a common fear, and it's a dumb fear, I fully admit. The reason behind that story is because Ursula scared me so badly when I was like 2, I couldn't look at any octopi anymore. I associated them all with that. By the way, who likes sand? I really love sand. I just throw my face into it every time I see it, you know? Just eat it all up. It's called the sandbar for a reason. Okay, so this is the beginning of Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is the longest chapter in the entire game. This game is an hour and, 5 minutes, hour 10 minutes long, and the first 30 minutes of the game happen after Chapter 3. And there's 8 chapters. That was actually a fantastic pattern for the dodos. They're somewhat random, so that was good. The monkeys are totally random, so that was also very good. I'll take that. See how the next room goes. Whew, that was close. Alright, not bad. That actually was not a bad pattern either. I'm okay with this. Bad luck on the snake, though. That snake sometimes won't move down. I'm just gonna grab this for safety. I won't necessarily need it, but it's nice to have. It's a small time waste. This game likes a lot of dark rooms. You just have to often jump into them in the second that you have looking at it, determine where everything is at, and, go through it, because that's easy. And I think, I'll talk about that a little bit. I think somebody mentioned that this game was not made for a Japanese audience, and that is correct. This game was made strictly for, the American audience. It was made by the Punch-Out team. Actually. But it was made everything for, American people, they gave the name Mike Jones, which Michael and Jones were, the most common first and last names. He's a baseball player, which is America's sport. Everything. Mike is from Seattle. Alright, so, like I said, I have to do certain triggers by talking to people here. This is Miss Mira. I talked to Miss Coral on the previous island. Or, excuse me, on the first island, Sea Island. And they have a bit of a competition going on there, and you have to tell them Miss Mira is prettier than Miss Coral, otherwise you cannot progress in the game. She gets mad at you and you can't go further. But we all know that Miss Coral is the real beauty. I have to almost talk to every single person in this village, unfortunately, because it's a very large village. Was baseball super popular in Japan in 1990? I don't know, I'm not a sports person. Europe doesn't care that much about baseball yet. They're the ones who actually got this game as well. Europe got StarTropics 1, but they did not get StarTropics 2. StarTropics 2 was a US-only release, unfortunately, and it was the second to last game on the NES, which nobody knows. It exists. Yeah, well, maybe that's part of why they did it, but I know that part of the story is just that they were trying to make it... Like, the game was specifically designed for the American audience, so they were trying to make it, you know, strictly for that. Good sentence, me. Alright, second dungeon. This one actually has a boss in it. Here I'm just going to damage boost because it's faster than jumping over the snakes or trying to kill them all. Got some more of the boneheads. Pretty easy. Alright, to get through that room, I look at a spot on the wall and then follow it all the way over. And then hope that I have it correct so that I do it quickly. Hopefully I don't have to kill the flies here, because, you know, that wastes a slight amount of time, but... Yeah, sweet. Alright, here I'm gonna, on the next screen, I'm gonna try and save 4 frames. If I don't do it, I lose like a second instead. I didn't get either, so that's fine. So you can turn around on the stairs, so that on the next screen you're already facing that way and you don't have to waste 4 frames turning around. But if you miss it, you boomerang back onto the tile that you were on instead, so you waste time. But I didn't get either of those happen, so it's fine. And here we just gotta jump up. This game is notorious for having a lot of dumb crap in it that makes you die. Like on the left side, if you went there, you would have no idea, except for the fact that you just went on that side and died. Alright, so this boss I actually don't attack at all. So I'm gonna jump up. Okay. Alright, I'll give you some more baseball bat uses, because this is the last time you'll see it. So yeah, I don't attack that boss at all, I just have to hit the switches that are in the room. And on the next screen I'll try saving 4 frames again, we'll see what happens. Hey, I got it, nice. One could say you've done it. That was a gold split. Fantastic. Alright, so here's a slight sequence break. You're supposed to go into that castle there, to Shikula, which you can't enter because it's only females that can enter that place. But there's this fortune teller behind them, behind the castle, that you can go see that tells you she lost her crystal ball in the graveyard. So you have to go get it back for her and she'll help you. But there's no point in doing that when they have the graveyard unlocked already, so we just walk over to the graveyard. So this dungeon is like the gatekeeper of getting a run of this game started. It is also where most people quit playing this game casually. Because this likes to have... Or this dungeon has like 4 or 5 false exits in it that all look the same. And you have no idea about that at all. You just have to try and figure out where to go and hope that you do it. And it's not a very obvious hint. In here, there is a ghost that's going back and forth at the top. He's invisible, of course. But, you know, I just have to jump down and avoid him. Alright, this next room, I invented a new strat here. It's a bit funny. Oh, I didn't jump. Okay, I screwed it up. Never mind. Oh, I still got through that part. Great. I got through the hard part with it. So, anyway, I paused down at that switch down at the bottom just long enough so that a ghost goes by me, and then I was supposed to jump to avoid the one that I took a hit from, and I just did the input late. So I did the hard part, which is funny. But, anyway, so the strat that I did is I slapped my knee, because it times it out perfectly, which is that noise you probably heard in the middle of that. So by the time I let go of my controller, hit my knee, and then put my hand back on the controller, it spaces out the timing that I need for it. That's not good. Okay. I think this will still be fine. Okay, we're fine. There's a disappearing block in that room there. It submerges underwater. So, I got very fortunate that I still got through that. It is a real knee slapper. Vulgin took the joke that I was going to do, but I screwed it up, so I couldn't... I had to try and recover. Please go down. Thanks, Vulgin, for giving me what I was supposed to do. I appreciate it. So that room with the slug that was in it earlier, that's the room that looks like all the other ones that all look like false exits. And the clue there is to actually, there's one that has a slug in it, and none of the other ones do. And so they put that there with a shadow on the wall, and that's how you're supposed to figure out where the real dungeon is. Otherwise, all the other ones just take you back outside, and you have to start the dungeon completely over again. Here we got some loser robes, because this is not a Zelda game. Alright, dude, where are you? That is a really bad spot. Okay. Alright, so this next room, I only have to keep track of the bottom 2 mummies. I have to kill everything in here except those 2. So I just have to keep track of them, and then, that's not good. One went up. It's the guy on this side, I think. Yeah, okay. As soon as one of them goes up, then it's really hard to keep track of, where the other one went to when you have another mummy next to it. Really weird spawns. Oh, so any enemy that you see like these guys here, the skulls, they have 2 directions that they face, left or right. If they face left, that means their next action will be either left or down, and if they face right, it'll be either right or up. That was a fantastic fight. Wow. Oh. Maxie, the ghost name is Maxie, usually likes to go back and forth across the stage quite a bit. He just stayed in the corner for me. I could have stood one tile to the right and hit him faster, but it was better for me to just stay there and try. Where was that? Go on the switch, thank you. Okay, so, Gatekeeper out of the run. Nice. Good luck. The pond is dried up. You've got the crystal ball. I don't know what it's for, because I didn't go and talk to anybody about a crystal ball, but I have one. And then exiting the graveyard as fast as just holding up, instead of any of the other directions. If I go down those stairs, there's a big heart there, but again, it's not necessary to get it, because it just gives it to me at the end of the chapter anyway. Oops, I thought I went up 2 tiles instead of 1. So now we get to go all the way around Shikola, because we're not allowed in there. And find this old hag down here. You know, good home. She's back in business. because everybody knows exactly where this business is. And we're, we have to get into Shikola, so, we're just gonna put on some girls' clothes, and that'll totally work. It totally worked. Yeah. We're good. Fooling everyone. This is the Queen of Shikola. She is known for her renowned beauty. The guy who's standing outside of the castle is there because, there's all the women here, and so he's excited. And he says that the queen is, known for her beauty, but nobody's ever seen her. I have to talk to the head warrior here, otherwise I can't progress. Oh, you jerk. Moved in my way. That happens with some NPCs. Alright, so now I don't have to dress up like a girl anymore. Whew. So I had very specific instructions from the head warrior here in order to get through. I had to jump on the switch 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Abracadabra! Oh, it worked! Who knew? Who knew? Gotta jump 10 times, shout abracadabra, and hey, bridge appears. Not often that Octot gets in my way. He's still stayed... Again, I have to pay attention to what direction that the enemies are facing, like that jump around. Since he was still facing left, they gave me the potential for him to jump to the left instead of down. So I had to be careful of that. Alright, I screwed that room up just slightly, but recovered it at the same time, so that's cool. Last part. Just gotta kill the one snake. Oh crap, my combinations both figured out. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Oh no, I gotta go change that immediately. That was really bad. Okay, I hate the frappas. That's what those are called, frappas. Awful enemies. I got a really bad spawn there for those guys. Alright, so I'm gonna pick up this health. It takes time, but it's worth it. To make sure that I still have the shooting star. Frappas? Frappas, hello? What was that? Alright, so I just gotta kill the middle guy. I'm mad. Went through all the trouble to go get the health, to make sure I had that. Specifically because of these guys up here. These guys take 6 hits normally, the big bullies as they're called. But with the shooting star, it only takes... Or, excuse me, it takes 6 hits with that, but it takes 11 without it. So, I had to kill 2 of these now with 11 hits instead of 6, so it wastes a lot of time, unfortunately. Spaceballs.jpg. I've actually never seen Spaceballs. So if that was a reference, forgive me. One more, thank you. Wow, you've done it. I guess. Kind of slow, but I did it. Alright, so we went through all that trouble just to get to the top of this mountain, to talk to this guy. In the story, I have to go and save this girl from Miracola. And she's been basically put into a coma. So I had to go get this magic spell to wake her up. And in return for that, the islanders here are going to repair my advanced ship. It's not our uncle, no. I still have to go find him. He's been abducted by aliens, remember? Alright, guys. I know that this is the chapter that every person here is waiting for. Chapter 4 is the best. Without question. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Alright? So first we gotta go here to this fish-shaped island. It's called... The village here is called Tuna Cola. So let's get some tuna. Cola. You know, it's a good tasty drink. I'm gonna talk to Bait. He tells me that some guy's been out in the ocean looking for me. This is Babu from earlier who was afraid to tell us of stuff, so... Anyway, here we are, guys. Are you ready for it? This is the Pointless Whale. Get your whales out. Oh yeah. This is the best dungeon. Best music in the game. Best dialogue. Best aesthetic. Anything. Anything you think, it's the best. No questions. And 100% pointless. No good, Cat. We killed that already. Octo the Huge is dead. Thankfully. This is the Pointless Whale. Pointless whale, this is the Pointless Whale. Alright, so we got this lighter. We're supposed to build a fire. It's as big as me, but I'm putting it in my pocket. Pocket? I have a pocket in my pocket. The pocket. That's where I stuck the big lighter. Pointless whale, pointless whale. This is the Pointless Whale. Alright, so I got my lighter. Or rather, Babu's lighter. And, you know, with all the smoke, Llama's just gonna get rid of us. We're gonna conveniently land on this item. Item, yes, an item. We landed on an item. And now I get to understand what Dr. J wanted him to tell me. Which is input this code that I totally know already. So, this was a copyright protection, basically. That was a lot of time lost. That sucks. But it's fine. So, anyway, it was copy protection. The game came with a physical letter that your uncle writes to you. And at the bottom of the letter is blank, you know. It's just, you know, there's nothing there. But once you get to that point, he tells you you're supposed to submerge the letter in water. So you're supposed to take that letter, put it underwater, and then it reveals that code that's there, 747. So a lot of people, when they rented this, you know, or got it used or something, they never could finish the game because they didn't have the letter. Piano will come in a bit. So this guy right here actually has a Nintendo Power reference. If you tell him no, you don't want to know the secrets to fishing, he asks if your name is Nestor. So this tunnel right here is that one that I don't want to press A through, like I have all the other ones. If I press A there, it actually freezes the game for like a full second, and is absolutely terrifying because you think that your game just soft-locked. But it doesn't, you just have to wait it out. Welcome to Belcola. The British Captain Bell? So, here I'm at Belcola. They're telling me all about their, you know, song, island, and pirates. You're from Sea Island. Our chief is waiting for you. Alright, big chief. Skinny chief. Do I promise to keep a secret? Alright, guys, can you all keep a secret? Alright, I hope you caught all of that, because I didn't. Alright, so after I talk to him and I have the worm, I can go over here to Peter the Parrot, give him a worm. You know, because he won't talk until you give him a gift, and then he speaks lewd words to us. Do me so far, do me. Alright. Well then, so let's just back away from the bird and go into our submarine. So now we get to go back all the way to where we were just at the beginning, where we got the worm in the first place. Again, don't hit A on that tunnel. And now we're going to go down through the bottom instead of up. They like to trick you here because you want to think that you go up there, but you go left instead to get to the real spot. Otherwise you get stuck in that little spot there. Alright, so Peter actually gave us a code, a musical code, to get through here. So, fa, do, mi. This legitimately, I still think, is one of the coolest puzzles that I've seen in games, just because, like, oh, hey, you know, you need to know your music on this, you know. I find it neat. Alright, so Dungeon 5. This chapter actually has no boss to it. This dungeon is focused around traps instead of enemies. Such as this room, where everything's going to start falling out from underneath us. Don't mind the arrows, they're fine. Except this one. Okay. So like I said, this dungeon is all about like different traps falling through floors and having things come at you from the walls. Captain Bell didn't really want anybody getting to his pirate ship that he put there in 1660, was it? 1680? Something like that. Alright, here's a bowling ball. It's violent. But if you hide, you know, it won't see you. Just hide nearby. It can only see in straight lines. So don't be too alarmed. You'll be safe. Alright, good luck. So the ghosts there can spawn like directly in front of you, which is really bad if you're like already walking onto that tile. So I got good luck there in that regard. Just have to kill the snakes here. More dodos. That was a really good pattern. I'll take that. Alright, this bowling ball is a bit faster than the other one. But that's the last we'll see of him. Hey, thanks for the luck. Alright, so we picked up a sector, so now we just need to kill this ghost instead of the big bullies. Because, you know, making things easy on us. Oh, got in our way. Hey, I didn't get hit by one of the arrows this time on that strip, because for some reason every single run that I did this week I got hit on that strip, and I don't understand why. Because you're not supposed to. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I was clearly doing something wrong. So this is the red one. He's actually aggressive. And follows you. I'm just going to play it safe. These things one-hit kill you. So I'm, you know, you can get in there to hit the switch before it actually arrives there, but marathon safety and all. That was actually a pretty decent dungeon. Alright, and with that, we are going to sink a ship that has been the foundation of this village for years. Because we are a good person. We are a person, yes. That was also a gold split. Okay. This song is dedicated to America, and obviously not to the British captain, for what the real song actually is. My country save the queen. Wow, you've done it. Now saving your data. And now saving your data. Maybe a PB. I don't know, Bug Doctor. I got the God Luck on my PB a few days ago. I PB'd this on, like, Tuesday. And it was a terrible run, and I just got the God Luck on the final split, and PB'd for no reason whatsoever. This run right now, so far the best that I've been is 21 seconds ahead. My split at the Pointless Whale lost 17 of those seconds, though. So currently I am 8 seconds ahead. There is a StarTropics 2. But not a StarTropics 3, unfortunately. We can only hope that Nintendo will actually recognize this series again. So this is a very long, you know, overworld section. You're supposed to go and find random islands. There's a big heart in one of them. There's an apple on one of them. You know, you can go get an apple. Apples are nice and tasty. You can also go to How Do You Do Island, where they ask you, how do you do? Or something like that. I forget what the actual name is. It's something similar to that. So here I'm going to hug the wall, because it avoids any more text boxes like that from Navcom saying, oh, go so many north and so many east, or whatever. But right now we're locked onto our uncle's signal. So we're getting closer to him. It's dark in here, help me. It's light in here, we're fine. I wish Mike Jones would be for Smash DLC. He's who I'd want the most, just because, like, you guys have seen the weapons that I picked up in this game. He could very easily fit in. He has so many things that he could work with. Alright, so that thing there gives me the ability to jump across 2 tiles at once. I'm gonna be a little quiet here. I'm being safe. I normally don't want to kill the blue mummies, but I absolutely cannot take a hit there. I absolutely have to have the shooting star. Okay. That Octot, you just have to hit on, like, the right on frame for it's weird. This is a tricky room right here. I messed it up, but it's okay, I'm alive. That's all I really care about right now. Oops. I'm supposed to do 3 hits on both of the last 2 mummies there before I jump over, but I did the wrong input on it, so I just played it safe instead. Alright, so this here is just a reskinned Octo the Huge, and he's just as much of a jerk as he was then, though I got somewhat good luck earlier. I screwed it up. Get down here, you jerk. Alright, so I didn't one-cycle. You can one-cycle him if your timing is good, and I did not space it out correctly. But I didn't take a hit, which is the most important part of that. One more, thank you. So I can actually still, despite that, I can still save time on this split, because in my PB, the final boss didn't give me good luck. So if he gives me good luck there, then it may come out even. So this room gives you one clue on the other side. Oops. That, you know, there's another room over here, but only one of the paths has a shadow on it. Here's the overpowered weapon in the game, the cleats. Just Yeah. Talk about a final smash move, right? Okay. 1, 2. There's a slightly faster way to get through this room if you use the shooting star, but I haven't practiced it to actually save time with it. Alright, so here's the actual final boss of this dungeon, Broken Joe, or the Easter Island boss. He does get psychic abilities in StarTropics 2, yes. That was a better fight than what I had in my PB. I'm still losing time, though. That turbo boss fight took too long. That's okay, though. It does have Sherlock Holmes in it. StarTropics 2 did release in '94. It was the second to last game released on the NES. The last game being Wario's Woods, so it was the last unique game on the NES, because Wario's Woods was also released on SNES. Yeah, only the horse hides or the baseballs actually affect Broken Joe. Nothing else will, so you have to make sure you save that ammo. Alright, here's a big melted bowling ball. We did it, guys. We have stopped the bowling ball menace. We stopped them from terrorizing the people of the town. Of underground. Where nobody actually lives, you know. So this dungeon is slightly unique in the fact that you actually go to the right instead of up. Going up is a dead end. And you have to go back and then figure it out. Check out this cool weapon. If I hit select, then I can use it. Thank you. Well then, I just used 3 extra ones. I'll just have to pick some up elsewhere. It's fine. Just have to kill the back 2 bats in this room. I hate that room. Whew. Okay. Those bubbles flying around are just like the red bubbles in Zelda 1. If you take a hit, you cannot attack anymore. I hate that room. You have no idea how much I hate that room. Easy mini-boss. Okay, let's see if I do this room correctly or not. We did it correctly. Sweet. I'm not sure how that hit me, but okay. Okay. We're fine. This is fine. I'm just gonna do this for safety. This is really, really bad. I've never had this happen before. Okay. I've never had those guys double up before. Ever. Oh my goodness. That was so scary. Yeah, that was a super weird Claydol pattern. I still gained a second from that, though. Oh my goodness. Whew, okay, sorry. Catch my breath a little, because that was absolutely terrifying. Because they have a million health, and if something doubles up, it like hits every other one, instead of the one that you want to hit the whole time. Alright, so right here I need to hold right. I need to absolutely hold right. I am holding right. I am totally holding right now. Because if I don't hold right, I get to hear all of this again. So I'm holding right. We did it. Alright, we held right. The world is saved. Not really, but you know. It's fine, because I held right. Didn't have to listen to my uncle speak for another 2 minutes. Look, no hands. I don't have to input here. Alright, so now that we're about an hour into the run of the hour and 5-minute run, hour and 10-minute run, we get to the run killer of the game. So we had a gatekeeper at, 23 minutes. We now have the run killer at 55. This is the worst dungeon in the game, without question. And I hope that I get through this. This is the shortest dungeon in the game, and the most dangerous. That's fine. Because upcoming here is the bottleneck, with 4 of those space trooper enemies, and they deal a ton of damage. Crap. This is not good. Okay, this is completely luck now if I get through this next room. Dang it. Shoot. Okay, well, this is the bottleneck. Run killer killed the run. Oh yeah. I could kill the run again, easily. That's not good. That was an absolutely terrible pattern. I'm probably going to die again. Yep. And I can't do anything about this. Okay, the thing that I can technically do about this if I want to waste like 2 minutes of time is go get this pill that puts my health at max and beyond, and go get this ray gun that does more damage, but that takes freaking forever to do. Okay, I have the shooting star this time. And you can see why I don't want to get hit there. It's only 22 seconds? Oh, still, that's too much time. Weren't wanting to go get it. This is a bad pattern. This is a really bad pattern, dude. Jeez. I almost died again from the boss. Ugh. So this is why I almost stopped learning this game. I just lost 1 minute and 50 seconds to that, but oh well. We're out of there, so it's fine. It's not overly long maze-like yet. That's in the next part. Don't get ahead of yourself. I got a supernova, but I have to have full health to use it, so... Rip. I wonder if it'd be better for me to just... Oh, no, okay, never mind. I'll just go for it. Oops. This is not good. I had really low health coming into this. I should have the supernova right now, but I don't. Might have to pick up more ammo later then. So I'll just use this as my main weapon for the moment. On the fly routing due to health. Happens. Still no supernova, which is still really bad. Because I'd be doing a lot more damage to enemies right now if I had it. For example, all of those guys would have killed in one hit instead of two. But it'll be fine, I'll get it right here. Because, take your pills, everyone. I just take the damage there because it's faster than waiting for the lightning to go by. Let's see if I do this boss fight right or not. Nope. Okay. Fired too early. I'm supposed to have 4 shots left over, but I only have 2, so... I'll make it work. I just have to use different weapons for the final boss of the dungeon. And hopefully I get the quick kill here. We'll find out. I got it. Okay. Something went right here in Chapter 7. Awesome. So I got the Asteroid quick kill. Normally you're supposed to just jump on the switch and, you know, push him back further. But, if you time... Oh, hey, that was a gold split. 30 seconds back on that. Anyway. But, what you do is if you time your shots correctly for when you push him all the way to the back and then go to the switch, it'll dump him immediately instead of having to push him back further. But sometimes he likes to jump forward in the middle of that too, so you just have to hope that he doesn't jump forward. Luckily he didn't, so That was good. And this is the overly long maze like always. The overly long maze like always. Shout out to Darkwing Duck. It's his song, so I feel wrong singing it. So we also thought that that boss was invincible. It actually isn't. I think it was Mecha Richter that I was watching play this game. Casually, he managed to kill it somehow, and my mind was like totally blown. Because apparently what happens with the boss, he doesn't have infinite health, but rather every time you push him back, his health refills. So he just happened to deal enough damage before he like was able to walk back again that it killed him. I had no idea that you could actually kill him. Alright, so this is the final chapter of the game coming up here, guys. Right now what I need to do, or have you guys do in chat, is predict how many hands I'm going to get. So for this first boss, there's 3. I get to fight Zoda, phase 1, basically, Zoda. And then Prime Zoda is later. Or Zoda Prime. So here, he will either give me a head or hands. I can only damage the head. So it's up to you to predict how many hands I'm going to get and how much time I lose here based on that. The average is 4. Go. You jam bananas in your ears. See 0, I see 4, 3, 17. The record is 23. Okay. So I can only hit him once per phase, and that's, you know, any more damage you deal to him... Ooh, okay. This is good. This is very good. Any more damage you deal to him after that is, just time wasted. One hand. I'm a big fan of the one hand. For the emote. Oh, no. 2 hands. Here we go. 3. Alright, we're at 3 so far. We only have 1 head phase left. 3 hands! You are the winner. Whoever said 3. Did Fulco get it? He is the world record holder. He would know. Bad luck. We want that guy to go to the right side, but it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so here's the core of the machine, or of the spaceship. I had to damage it. Okay. I got it in 1 cycle, luckily, because the alien stood in front of me. When the alien stands in front of you, it's really hard to get that 1 cycle still. The floors that I was standing on also open up. So I was taking a risk by standing on them to kill the core faster. Alright, so here's the final boss. Timing is when we see the animation of the boss. Ah, no. So there's an uncontrollable glitch here. I'll explain it later. Time. Okay. So, I'm not going to get the glitch here, unfortunately. My timer says 109.11. I don't know if that's what matches on screen. I'm going to finish out the rest of the game and explain this as I go. It's about like 2 minutes. That way it doesn't like look awkward that I didn't really finish the game. So the reason that we split timing there is because there's an I guess semi-controllable glitch that warps you right to the credits when you kill the boss. And the only way that we can guarantee that is if he does not spit out 2 of those spider or alien spawns at once. If you manage to get over to him and kill those in time, or he doesn't happen to spit them out, then you can guarantee that you get the glitch, because if you stay near him, he will never spit those out. So at that point, you can guarantee that you get it. But walking over to him, there's no way to guarantee what he does. It's all random. So if he happens to spit them out, bad luck. If he doesn't, fantastic. You got the credits warp. But since that did not happen here, you know, I'm forced to split there anyway just because of that reason. So remember all those times that I avoided water because Mike couldn't actually swim? Yeah, well... Dolphins save us. That's okay. So otherwise, if we did not have that glitch here, we would end timing when we talk to the chief, which is where I'll say, you know, you're probably good to cut. But as a victory, because of that, victory over everything, we're going to drink some cola. Who likes cola here? Everyone likes cola. Because you drink it and you feel much better. So timing would be once we enter the hut there, otherwise. But anyway, the rest of this is all text. If it stays up for long enough, there is a seizure warning. If it doesn't, you know, then it'll cut whenever. But that's StarTropics, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, if you're interested in running this game, I have created a speedrun guide for beginners, so just contact me or look it up on my YouTube, and you'll find that.